quite frankly, we had an advantage that you had around you, your aunts and uncles, to see their relationship as well. So it wasn't just me seeing it, but you could see how mom and her siblings would interact with each other, and they would call each other and talk to each other and talk through also some hard issues, which a lot of people they get to certain issues and things are off limits, and that didn't happen in her family, and it doesn't happen in ours. Sometimes people say, don't talk religion and politics. And it's just like, well, that kind of gets into the essence of what's really important, like why you exist, and what life is about. And the politics is like, and how does that translate into the public arena? And so I think that you guys all got that message that when it came to important things, that you need to be discreet, and there's times to not talk about some subjects. But when it comes down to like why I'm here and what life is about, like that's on the table, and we need to be challenging each other on that if we feel like one or the other is off. And that's that was really necessary and helpful. I mean, what a gift that is.
And it, again, is not something that happened by accident. It's something that's very deliberate. There are so many things in our family that now that I'm an adult and now that I have to make choices about when I eat, who I call, who I spend time with, I realize these things were all very deliberate. And there's one moment that stands out to me really strongly, which was through our parish. Actually, they encouraged the family to sit around the table and go around and have an hour of time set aside for everybody in the family to say, hey, so-and-so, when you do this really hurts me. And I remember I don't remember if it was through a religious ed program or what, that it came up. And we definitely had this mentality of, we already apologize to each other all the time. Like, we don't need this, but we chose to do it anyway. We thought we'll just spend 15 minutes and we'll be done. And what ended up happening was something that I don't think any of the siblings will ever forget. It started with I think Colin at the time was probably 8 or 9. And he said, you know what? So-and-so older sibling, when you make fun of me for this, and then he started crying and he says, that really, really, really hurts. And I remember, like, I had no idea the impact I was having on my younger siblings for the negative in areas that I thought were just jokes, or I thought were just, like, oh, I'm just goofing off. Of course I love you. Of course, no, like, I don't mean to hurt you. But there was a deliberate space created to be vulnerable about this. And the second that Colin, who really has a heart of gold and is much more quick to open up about that, the second he opened up, it went around the table. Everybody was in tears. Everybody had some area where they felt hurt by other siblings. And then after, I'm sorry for that. Will you forgive me? And we would give hugs. And the thing is, I don't think a single one of those hugs was okay, fine, I'll give you a hug. No, it was the opposite. It was this like, I need this. We need to be reconciled because we didn't recognize how deep some of these wounds were. And again, that's after all those other things had been in place. So sometimes even if you have the family dinner, even if you have the apologizing, even if you have, we're on good terms, sometimes you have to make that deliberate, concerted effort to say, okay, let's check in. Where are we? What needs to be addressed?